big
Hey
bad
y'all, my name is
John.
John Mitchell. I'm a certified financial coach. The purpose of this video and this channel is to teach you how to master the personal finance basics. In today's video, we're going to be looking at why I've been paying my mortgage for 3 years and the principal has barely gone down. I own a rental home in El Paso, Texas, and I've owned it for just over 3 years now. I bought it using the VA home loan and I put nothing down because, of course, everyone told me, oh, you could buy a house with nothing down, turn it into rental, PCS, and you'll do great. While we're not totally underwater on this property as a rental, we've been making regular payments every single month, and then we paid at least $4,700 extra on the principal to try to work on that mortgage, and our principal has only moved by like $16,000. Using myself as our case study for today, we're going to be looking at an amortization schedule so we can better understand all the stuff or all the different payments that go into a mortgage, ranging from principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, and how each of those costs changes over time. First, we're going to discuss principal and interest. So here you can see on Excel my mortgage payments for the past 3 years. You can see the star line at the bottom. My initial amount, which is $236,000, $236,992.24. You can see all my payments I made, insurance out of escrow. Escrow, if you didn't know what that means, it's a separate account that's held for taxes and insurance. The mortgage company doesn't have to pay those on your behalf, but in this case, my mortgage company does. They pay them through me paying them, and they have a separate account for this. So that's what escrow means. You can see, oh, here we go. Here's an extra payment. So this was an extra payment we made on a mortgage, and this was an extra payment we made on the mortgage. Because we wanted to decrease our payment faster. And then we actually did one in January of this year. So yeah, you can see all my mortgage payments here. I show you these because it's important to see that while you're just signing up for a measly little 30-year mortgage, and it sounds great using zero down with the VA home loan, if we go to the very bottom here, I did some quick calculations for you, and you saw it on the thumbnail. We have paid $54,435 for 3 years, for 3 years on a mortgage. And that's only cut down $15,000, almost $16,000. And that's with about $4,700 extra in principal payments. And that's once again, that's outside of making regular payments. So we have paid $38,000 in interest in 3 years. It's pretty wild. So of course, the question is, why is that? Why am I paying so much for a house that was only supposed to cost $236,900 and some dollars? Well, that's where we get into an amortization schedule. So what that does is it takes, we'll jump to one here. It takes the total loan amount that you have, which the $236,992 was my original loan amount. It takes the loan term, which is 30 years, and it takes the interest rate, which I got 4.875 for my interest rate for this house. It multiplies the amount by the term, by the interest rate, and does some quick math, and it pops out a total amount. So in reality, and this isn't just for me, this is for everyone buying a home out there, you're paying this amount here. Let me see if I can highlight it real quick. Yep, you're paying $451,505.67 for the house in actuality. So really, if you think about it, at least this day and age, this is with 4.875%. So this isn't even with 6% now. You're paying on average about double the price of the house just for the house you're buying if you pay it over the course of 30 years. Now, of course, extra principal payments do lower that total interest paid over time. But as you can see here, over 30 years, you're going to pay about double for the house. So I have here calculator.net opened up. I use them for all my amortization because they're like the first thing that pops up on Google. I'll have them linked below as well. I love them because they're pretty simple and easy to look at. I'll show you here what 30 years looks like. There it is. It's all in frame there, so you can see that. The gist is, the more you put down in principal, the more you put down on your mortgage before you buy it, the smaller your interest payments will be for the lifetime of the loan. If you have not already, like and subscribe to this video as it helps me see what content you all like and want to see in the future. Almost forgot, last comment on principal and interest. The one great thing about them, and this is regardless of your loan amount or loan type or whatever, principal and interest will end at the lifetime of your loan. So at least you got that going for you. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for taxes and insurance. We'll start with insurance first. So insurance, again, if you didn't know, is required if you're taking out a loan on a house, because the lender will require you to have it, because in case something happens to the house, you'll get paid out, and then you usually will have to pay that money to the lender to finish or to close out that note. Insurance is really just there in case you need it. More often than not, you're not going to need the insurance, but in the event something happens, you have the insurance there to cover the cost of the home. So make sure you update the value of your home every year. I bought my house for $236,000. My house will appreciate in value over time. If I don't increase the value of my insurance over time, my house in 30 years, for example, could be like $500,000. And if something were to happen to it, my insurance amount never increased with it, I would probably not get paid out the total value of the house. And if I wanted to rebuild it, I'd probably be out of pocket a lot of money to get it rebuilt in 30 years from now. Last but not least, everybody's favorite topic, and the last topic we have for our mortgage payment: taxes. Taxes are an expense that will go into perpetuity. You're going to pay off your loan, and guess what? You're 31 after you pay off your 30-year loan, you still got to pay taxes. Yes, insurance too. You still got to pay the taxes. And that amount, like insurance, can also increase every single year depending on your locale. In El Paso, they seem to like to increase their taxes every 2 years. Taxes are typically based in the locale you live. So property taxes for me come from El Paso. They're not judged, to my knowledge, by the federal government or state government. The local area in which you live, whether it be a city or town, will manage the property taxes for your area. So for me, my property taxes in El Paso are done by the city of El Paso, and it's like 1 or 2% of our estimated home value that we have to pay in taxes every single year. The thing I don't like about this is that it's their estimation on home value, and I can tell you, the first year I bought the house, they wanted to increase the value of my house 6 months after I bought it. And in my opinion, I did not think the housing market in El Paso was hopping that much to increase that much in value in such a short amount of time. And they never sent anyone out to re-examine my property. There was no estimator or property assessor who came out and said, oh yeah, this property has definitely increased in this kind of value. So in my opinion, based on my very small experience with property taxes, it feels very arbitrary, and they just kind of do it based off of feeling. Again, personal opinion, not fact. And so I think, again, it artificially inflates values of homes if you increase the taxes that frequently. A final takeaway I have for you is this: when you're buying a home, more often than not, it's going to be in your best interest to put some money down. If you're like a flipper investor or tax lien deed kind of person and know what you're doing, hey, run your race. I hope know what you're doing yourselves. For the generic population out there, myself included, and this is a lesson we've applied to buying our next house when we PCS to Fort Leonard Wood at the end of this year, is we're going to be putting a nice chunk of money down as a down payment for the house to decrease our monthly payment for that house. So when we leave and rent it out, we'll be more than likely than not to rent it positive in the future. I hope you got something out of today's video. I hope you can now understand why I've been paying my mortgage for 3 years and my principal has barely gone down. It's because all the interest is paid up front. That's the primary reason. And then a little bit of mortgage is paid. And unfortunately, taxes and insurance will increase theoretically in perpetuity as long as you own the house. And that's just the reality of owning a property. If you're looking for a financial coach to help you better understand how to buy a home in the future, sign up for a free appointment today with the link in the description or in the comment section down below. I love each and every one of you, and I'll see y'all in the next video.